Okay, what if I told you the most dangerous prison in the world wasn't made of steel and concrete, but of perfect personalized comfort? This is the central idea we're going to explore. A gilded cage, a beautiful, comfortable trap that's being built all around us. One designed not for us to escape, but for us to actually love.
You know, to really get this, we have to look at two big, competing nightmares from the last century. On one side, you've got George Orwell's vision. Think Big Brother, total control through pain, force, and just plain fear. But on the other side, Aldous Huxley imagined something way more subtle. A world controlled by pleasure, where people are so entertained, so sedated, they don't even notice they aren't free. And the really scary idea our sources point to today, it's that Huxley, not Orwell, was the one who got it right.
And this is the drug of choice in this happy prison. Digital Soma. See, in Huxley's book, Soma was a pill that gave you a little holiday from reality. Well, today, our Soma is the infinite scroll, it's the auto-playing video, it's that perfect recommendation that just pops up. It's basically a technological painkiller designed to smooth out all the rough edges of life, every bit of boredom, every moment of sadness, every difficult thought, and it seduces us into loving our servitude. Because hey, it's just so entertaining.
So, how does this seduction actually work? Well, it's not magic, it's psychology. And this brings us to the actual wizards who kind of wrote the playbook for this whole new kind of influence.
It all comes down to how our brains are wired. The Nobel Prize winner Daniel Kahneman explained it perfectly. He said we basically have two operating systems. There's System 1, which you can think of as the lizard brain. It's our autopilot, fast, emotional, and honestly, kind of lazy. Then there's System 2, the sage brain. That's our conscious mind. It's logical, it's deliberate, but it takes a lot of work to use. Now, which one of those do you think is way easier to manipulate?
Right, the lizard brain. And that is where the nudge comes in. This is a concept from Richard Thaler and Cass Sunstein. And a nudge is basically a gentle push that targets our lazy lizard brain. It doesn't force you to do anything. It just makes one particular choice the path of least resistance. It's all about designing the environment, what they call the choice architecture, to steer you in a certain direction without you really noticing.
Let's make this super simple with a classic example. Imagine you're running a school cafeteria. You want the kids to eat healthier. You don't ban the junk food. That would cause a riot. Instead, you just put the apples and the bananas right at eye level, next to the cash register. And you move the candy bars to a bottom shelf, way in the corner. That's it. You've just nudged them. The healthy choice becomes the easy choice, and their behavior changes almost automatically. Okay, now take that cafeteria idea and plug it into modern technology. AI is the ultimate nudge machine. Because it's not a fixed cafeteria. It's a cafeteria that learns every single one of your weaknesses, your cravings, your habits, and it rearranges itself just for you in real time. Every recommended video, every suggested friend, every ad you see, it's the digital version of putting a perfect, shiny apple right at your virtual eye level, again and again and again.
And this leads us to the biggest question of all, doesn't it? Why? Why would anyone build this incredibly sophisticated global nudge machine? Well, the answer lies in a brand new and frankly kind of terrifying economic logic. This is where Harvard professor Shoshana Zuboff's work is so critical. She gave it a name: surveillance capitalism. And our core idea can basically be boiled down to this. If the service is free, you're not the customer. You're not even the product being sold. You are the mine, the raw natural resource from which incredible value is being extracted.
And that raw material, Zuboff calls it behavioral surplus. Think about it. Every single click, every like, every second your mouse just hovers over an image, all that data goes way beyond what's needed to just make the app work better. That leftover stuff, that data exhaust, is claimed for free. It has become the oil of the 21st century, and our own human experience is the vast new continent being strip mined for it.
And if you think this is some minor influence, just look at the scale. You think you're in charge of the remote when you're watching Netflix? Think again. A staggering 80%, 80, of all hours watched on Netflix are driven by the platform's own recommendations. That means for every 5 things you watch, the algorithm chose 4 of them for you. Our own choices are literally being outsourced.
And this isn't some abstract theory. It's a massively profitable business. In 2024, your attention, just one person's attention, was worth about $460 to Google. Just Google. That's the powerful financial incentive to keep you clicking, keep you watching, and keep you right inside that gilded cage.
But here's the real kicker. This whole operation, this grand ambition to shape human behavior for profit, it's not new. Not at all. It's actually the perfection of a dream that's almost 100 years old.
This timeline really connects all the dots for us. You've got Huxley in 32, who prophetically described this happy prison. You've got Zuboff in 2019, who diagnosed its modern economic engine. But the original ideological blueprint? That was laid down way back in 1928.
Let me introduce you to Edward Bernays. Now, get this. He was Sigmund Freud's nephew, and he took his uncle's incredible psychological insights and used them not to heal people, but to control them. He basically invented the field we now call public relations, and he called his method the engineering of consent, a way to manipulate the masses without them ever realizing it was happening.
And this, right here, this is the smoking gun. This quote from his 1928 book Propaganda, this isn't a warning from some critic. This is a proud mission statement from the founder of the industry himself. He actually believed that an invisible government of smart people should mold our minds and our tastes for the good of society and, of course, for the benefit of their clients.
And that's the critical link you have to see. Silicon Valley didn't invent this ambition to engineer our consent. They inherited it. What they did was build the perfect, automated, hyper-personalized machine to finally achieve Bernays' century-old dream on a global scale. The invisible government is now an algorithm.
Which brings this whole thing right back to us, to the personal struggle for our own minds. In this huge automated system of influence, what role do we actually choose to play?
Well, the Silicon Valley insider Jaron Lanier offers this really powerful analogy. He says, in the digital world, you can either be a dog, obedient, easily trainable, always eager for the next little reward the system doles out. Or you can be a cat, independent, unpredictable, autonomous, and in the end, your own master.
And that leaves us with the final and most crucial question. In this system, which is designed from the ground up to make you predictable and profitable, are you the cat or are you the dog?